In 1963, Ferruccio Lamborghini had absolutely no desire to build supercars. He was a wealthy, self-made industrialist who built the finest agricultural equipment in post-war Italy. To Ferruccio, his tractors were his ultimate pride. They were the heavy, unglamorous machines that physically rebuilt a broken nation from the soil up. The supercars? They were a personal, bitter side project. A multi-million-dollar exertion of ego meant to settle a single grudge with a man named Enzo Ferrari. In fact, Ferruccio famously referred to his own automotive division as a necessary nuisance. He didn't want to change car culture, he just wanted to prove a point. But how did this mechanical nuisance, born out of pure, unadulterated spite, grow to become the most globally recognized symbol of extreme, unapologetic wealth? The answer lies not in a desire to win races, but in a desire to break the rules of luxury altogether. The greatest rivalry in automotive history started with a broken clutch. Ferruccio was a successful man who enjoyed the finer things, including his personal Ferrari 250 GT. But the car frustrated him. The clutch constantly slipped, requiring endless trips to the factory in Maranello for repairs. Being an experienced mechanic, Ferruccio eventually took the Ferrari apart himself. What he found shocked him. The elite, untouchable Ferrari used the exact same commercial clutch installed in his own tractors. He drove to Maranello to confront Enzo Ferrari about this design flaw. Enzo, a man of legendary arrogance, famously dismissed him. He reportedly told Ferruccio, "The car is fine. You are a tractor driver. Stick to driving tractors." That single insult lit the fuse. Ferruccio didn't just want a refund. He set out to build a machine so luxurious, so powerful, and so reliable that it would embarrass the Ferrari factory down the road. He hired the brightest outcast engineers in Italy, including Giotto Bizzarini, the very man who had designed Ferrari's legendary 250 GTO, gave them a blank check and essentially told them to build the impossible. By 1966, the nuisance birthed a revolution. At the Geneva Motor Show, Lamborghini unveiled the Miura. It was a masterpiece that instantaneously aged every other car on the road by a decade. It was mid-engine, low-slung, and violently fast. In fact, it was the machine that forced the press to invent a brand new word, supercar. But Lamborghini's business model was fundamentally different from the luxury norms of the era. While Ferrari and Porsche poured their fortunes into track racing, Lamborghini focused entirely on the road. The company's underlying hatred for the establishment became its ultimate branding strategy. By framing their cars as wild, aggressive, and unrefined compared to the aristocratic, tight-lipped competition, Lamborghini created a cult of personality. Driving one wasn't about winning a track trophy on a Sunday. It was about the raw, unfiltered adrenaline of the drive. It was automotive theater. If the Miura was beautiful, what came next was terrifying. As the 1970s bled into the 80s, Lamborghini abandoned curves entirely and embraced razor-sharp angles. They released the Countach. With its aggressive wedge shape and iconic scissor doors, it looked like a fighter jet that had accidentally landed on the highway. It was impractical, impossible to see out of, and outrageously expensive. And the world was obsessed. The Countach became the definitive bedroom poster of a generation. This era cemented the brand's DNA. It became a company that constantly tried to balance its utilitarian blue-collar roots with the absolute peak of aesthetic excess. When a buyer purchases a Lamborghini today, they aren't just buying a mode of transportation. They are buying the physical manifestation of an industrialist's ego. They are buying a piece of performance art. Ferruccio Lamborghini eventually sold his automotive business in the 1970s. He retired to a quiet estate in Umbria, returning to his roots, working the earth, hunting, and making wine. He left behind a name that defines the very summit of automotive performance, but he rarely looked back. He spent his life building the tools that fed the world. The tractors with his name on them are still a multi-billion-dollar industrial empire today. But history doesn't remember him for his plows. History remembers him for the nuisance he created out of spite. It is the ultimate business irony. It is a grudge that outlived the industrialist who held it. A brand that sells glory by continually challenging the status quo. Today, under the massive umbrella of the Volkswagen Group, the raging bull still charges forward. But as the engines roar, one has to wonder, would the Lamborghini ever be the global icon it is today if Enzo Ferrari had just fixed that clutch?